Hey, it's Dan. So I got interrupted with that last message without completing the story. First of all, I think one of the most important things I said during that last message about the time on December 10th, 2025, that I tapped a vehicle, a a luxury vehicle. I tapped a luxury vehicle that was parked with no passengers inside of it and caused very minimal damage to a luxury car while pulling out as a result of whatever pain or disability caused by my complex regional pain syndrome that results from that is still ongoing, that is classified medically as a disability, that is the result of me being hit as a pedestrian in a crosswalk in New York City by a reckless driver who was never charged, and I was compensated $75,000 for. God, I'm so sick of talking about this. I'm so sick of talking about this. And I'm so sick of dealing with this. I'm so sick of the physical therapy, the occupational therapy, people not listening to me, and people being apathetic, people not caring, people thinking that they can be cute by uh, showing their apathy by not responding to me when I'm in critical pain, severe pain, and severely disabled, or me exhibiting fairly typical symptoms of complex post traumatic stress disorder, which I will read to you from in a separate post from my disability form. I say words that I shouldn't say. It's almost like a tick. I feel like I can't control it sometimes, especially when I'm extremely agitated or in extraordinary pain. Because nobody's helping, and nobody's really helped for 3 years. I mean, look at all the videos on my Instagram page and my YouTube page, and what do 80% plus have in common? I'm alone. I'm not getting the physical help that I need. I'm not getting the assistance that I need, and it's not for lack of trying. And I don't want anyone to lose their job or to get in trouble. I want this to be a learning moment for everyone. There's a lot of injustice in the world. There's a lot of cruelty and the banality of evil. And there are accidents, and then there are things that are slightly more malicious than accidents, like car crashes, which are caused by ignorance, even if they are not deliberate or intentional. And I just want peace. I just want peace and happiness for everyone, and I will fight for that by using my voice. I don't know why that nonprofit wasn't there for me. Actually, I do know why. And it has to do with money, which I consider the root of all evil, and also because they didn't like what I had to say. And they probably didn't like me because I'm annoying, and I get that. But I'm a human being, and I'm suffering, and I was suffering. And so my question is, if we are, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize if you alleviate someone's suffering and you help them to function when they can't function properly, they're probably not going to be as annoying. They're probably because they will be suffering less, so they will have less complaints to address. Look, I just really care about people. I really do. And I have very low self esteem, so it's hard for me to fight for myself. But I crossed that threshold and I realized I needed to be my own advocate. And I still couldn't get the help that I needed. And I'm not going to, the word I'm thinking of is blame. I don't want I do blame the nonprofit that I reached out to in some ways, but I don't want them to get in trouble. I really do not want anyone to get in trouble. I just don't want to continue suffering consequences for something that happened to me, something traumatic that happened to me, that has left me disabled and with a much poorer quality of life. I don't want that to continue to affect me, and I certainly don't want it to impair other people. And that's why I'm reaching out for help, and why I was reaching out for help. And so I hope this is just a learning moment for everyone. That it can be a pain, it can be a minor pain. They make you do the pain scale, right? 0 to 10. It might be a 3 out of 10 to have helped me navigate this broken insurance and healthcare system to set me up with occupational and physical therapy. But it could have resulted in something much worse, like a very serious car crash that would have caused more problems for me and other people that would have been an 8 or a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And the last thing I want to say, because I get 7 minutes per video, is that I used the word we in the last video. Immediately after I tapped that car, I did the responsible thing. I called 911. I had the police come. I took whatever photos I could of myself, and I'm trying to get hold of the body cam footage from the attending officer so I can very clearly show what happened, because the truth is constant.